you know. And though that might sound awful, what I just described, I benefited from that in so many ways because whether I was so exhausted or I knew it or not, I was really learning about myself as a woman, what it was I was willing to give up to take care of my children
Hmm.
and my man. And a lot of you men don't realize. You know, you say, oh, it's so difficult to be your mom. It's the greatest job. I mean, you guys are just saying it just to be saying that. It's not just about the kids that we're taking care of. It's not the no sleep zone. It's not that. It's not that. It's what makes it so hard is that there's no room to be selfish.
Hmm.
As a woman, you have no room to be selfish because on the one hand, you have these little babies that are crying, and the little kids are crying out to you, and you know they need you there every day, okay? On the other hand, there's also this guilt factor that if you don't answer that call, if you don't take care of your family, if you don't take care of your husband, you feel guilty as a woman not answering that call. And then on this another hand that you keep doing this every day and you forget about yourself, you feel bitter. You feel, help me with another word, you're angry because you feel like you've done this everything for these people, for your people meaning your husband and your children, that you have now trusted your happiness to your children and your spouse because deep inside you, which I didn't accept at the time, that because I was doing these things day in and day out for my family, I laid my happiness on them. But I expected them when I was down to make me happy, to make me feel I was appreciated, to make me feel I was worthy.
Yet when you give out love at that level, it's taken for granted. That's what mom does.
And
She
it's
looks after
normal.
us.
It's normal, be right? It's
Yes.
normal.
Oh, that's very normal.
It's very normal because kids don't know how to say, "Oh, mom, you're so wonderful. You're magnificent. Thank you for feeding me. Change my diaper, wiping my ass. Thank you, mom, for breastfeeding me." You know, children don't know how to express that.
Mm.
Men don't know how to express that if they haven't been raised like that by women because they've been everything that you've done so far. I don't care if you're cooking, you know, culinary food every night, or I don't care if your house is like clean as a whistle every day. People get used to the norm.
And you're
So
the
it's
one
not,
that creates the norm.
and you're exactly, we are the one, or I was the one that created the norm. My house was clean, the food was there, the bills was paid. It became normal to my husband. It became normal to, oh, well, that's, you know, gonna, and it's not like he was taking me for granted.
No.
It
But
just
you
became,
felt unappreciated
of
nevertheless.
course, of course, every day.
So, is there a strategy that maybe you've thought out because you went through this that you could share with other younger women who are in that situation now that would help them to train their children to be more appreciative and their partners to be more appreciative? Is there anything that can be done about this? Is there a lesson to be learned, or is that just the way it is and you've got to accept that if you're a mom, that's what's going to happen?
Both. If you're a mom, that's what's going to happen. It's the truth. And a lot of good communication, a lot of clear communication, like just to the point. Like, I don't feel appreciated. I do expect you to do these things. This is how I feel. I would feel more appreciated from you. This is what I need to. There's a book that a friend referred to me, which is The Five Language of Love. I really suggest that every newlywed read that.
And who's the author?
I don't have it on me. I'm sorry.
We can make a note of it later, can't we?
Yeah, we can make a note. But the book is called The Five Language of Love, which means basically the synopsis is we all have, there's 5 different ways that we all understand love. We all need to made feel loved, whether it's someone awarding us for what we do and telling us, oh, you did a wonderful job, oh, you're such a great man, oh my God, you're such a great husband, whether it's a verbal thing, whether your way of feeling like a man is your woman constantly telling you, giving you verbal praise. That's one way. Another way is some people feel like they're loved by the other person if the other person does chores and helps them out and shows them, whether it's washing their car for them or cleaning the house for them or doing things around their life that physically helps them out. That's another way of showing love. So I don't want to tell you the whole book, but you really need to read this book because everybody has their own language that they understand how to feel love. Some women feel loved by flowers and candy every other 2 weeks, gifts. That's how they feel love. And so if you're giving someone or if you're showing someone love that they don't connect to, if I love flowers and chocolate every 2 weeks, and my husband feels like him taking out the trash and fixing the fans and fixing, the dents on the wall from the kids or painting the wall, if he thinks that's showing me love, I'm not going to understand that. Mm-hmm. So the answer to your question is communication, honest communication, brutal communication, and sometimes we don't know what we want. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, we don't understand what exactly it is that triggers us. So
that doesn't help.
Huh?
That doesn't help.
It doesn't help, no, because we didn't. A lot of us didn't.
If you don't know what triggers you, then how can the man in your life give you what you need?
How you sit your ass down and you read and find information out how to find out what each other's need. That's how.
Yeah, so you find out the needs. But if somebody just comes out with the "I don't feel appreciated," then the guy probably, I'm guessing because I'm a guy, I'd feel that. How do I not appreciate you? I don't know how I would be able to do any of this without you. You're just totally amazing. And then you say, well, why didn't you tell me that before?
Yeah. So they're both screwed, right?
Yeah.
That's why we have so much divorce. Am I right? Mm. That's why we have so many partners in our lifetime. Because one doesn't know what it is for them to really feel appreciated, except that they're feeling unappreciated. And the other person feels like crap because whatever they're giving is not enough.
Traditionally, though, men are less emotional than women. So the guy's going like that, he's flatlining, and the woman's going like that. And it's like, where are you today?
That's BS. It can go both ways. I've experienced a relationship where I'm like flatline, and the guy is like, and I'm like, oh my God, But the difference with that is this. This is the difference with that, okay? When we go flatline, we're done with you. When you guys go flatline, that's your survival skills. Isn't that interesting? When a woman literally just deals with a man, she's just flatline, she is about to get out of that relationship.
The guy goes into his cave to try and work it all out, and he's not working it out because what he needs to do is, like you say, communicate. The only way to get your head around anything, I think, this is my mentality, is you discuss it and you throw it this way and that way. Do you mean this? Do you mean that?
A lot of people know how to discuss. It's a learned skill. Discussing an issue, not just a conversation. Discussing an issue with someone that you have emotional ties to is not an automatic talent. It has to be a learned skill. And I had to learn that myself. Really, it's a learned skill. You literally have to pick up a book or go find a counselor to have them help you communicate with each other. I used to never understand marriage counseling. I used to never believe in it. In my 40s, I cannot stress enough how important it is to find other outlets and other people that can teach a couple how to communicate with each other.
The world over.
Yeah, yeah. Because regardless how articulate you are, or how educated you are, or how worldly you are, if you do not have the skills to work out issues with other human beings, and I stress out issues, which means it's always not a pretty thing, right? It's not just a conversation, it's an issue which your emotions is attached to it. If you don't know how to do that, if you're not trained to do that, you are going to have problems. You're going to have relationship problems with people.